As I prepare to record this episode this morning, I have found myself succumbing to something that I have spent such a lot of time and energy trying to overcome over the years, and that is procrastination. Now, as a coach, this is something that I work a lot with my clients. Endless scrolling on through TikTok, through social media, leaving things to the very, very last minute, and then frantically trying to meet deadlines. This is all stuff that I have both done myself and helped many of my clients tackle some of these challenges. So today, I just want to approach this topic from a marketing perspective rather than my coaching perspective. So stick around and we'll see what that turns out like. If you have personally struggled with procrastination and it is something that gets in the way of you experiencing your time the way that you really want to be experiencing it, reach out and let me know. As I mentioned, this is something that I have spent a lot of time trying to overcome. And there are a few tips and techniques that really can work to allow you to start overcoming this challenge. So if this sounds interesting, just reach out, let me know. I've got a quick video I can shoot through to get you started today taking positive action towards overcoming this stuff. All you need to do is reach out, let me know where to send it, and it's all yours. Hello, and welcome back to the From Zero to Marketing Hero podcast. My name's Paul Heron. I'm a life coach and entrepreneur, and over the last 5 years, I've been building a successful one-on-one coaching business. In an attempt to continue working towards my own procrastination dramas, I recently decided to take ownership of my marketing. I have predominantly outsourced marketing for the last 5 years, but I decided this is the year I'm going to figure this stuff out. So I am creating, uploading, posting a podcast episode every single day to document my journey, give you guys a bit of a look at the highs and lows along the way, and hopefully provide a ton of value. So without any further ado, let's get into today's episode where I want to explore how I can approach a topic like procrastination with my marketing hat on rather than my coaching hat. And there's a big distinction there right from the very start. When I talk about and think about these type of challenges, I can't help but go into coaching mode and almost into solution mode, trying to figure out how we can all move from having this problem to experiencing life in a better way, in a healthier way. But with my coaching hat on, I am very much focused on the how we're going to go about doing this, what we actually need to be doing, what are the actions and what they look like. As I go through this process of learning about marketing, learning about my ideal client, learning about the challenges that they are experiencing, and just learning about how marketing works in general, I kind of am becoming aware that while you're in the thick of experiencing the problem, you are not interested in hearing about the technical side of the solution. I'm not sure if that makes sense. A good way for me to explain what I'm talking about there, I guess, is that when we're experiencing a problem, I kind of like to imagine it like we are standing on one side of a huge river. So we're on one side and our problem is across the other side. Now, this river is a wild torrent. It's wider than any river that we've ever seen before. And we just have no idea how we're going to be able to get ourselves from one side to the other. But nonetheless, we know that we've got this challenge and all we're interested in is figuring out how we can get to the other side. Now, I'm just imagining myself being in this position, being stuck on one side and someone trying to market to me various different bridges that are going to help me, or various different methods of me getting from one side to the other. And I can see how this is not what I want to be hearing in that moment. In that moment, I have a challenge. I have a problem. I need to figure out, first and foremost, what the solution is, what the destination looks like. I'm really just focused on, all right, this is where I am right now. Where is it that I need to be? Or where is it that I want to get to? How I get there, I have absolutely no interest in really thinking through the technical side of what that looks like. If I'm stuck in this problem and I am trying to communicate with others on how I might get myself out of this situation and into that place where I desperately want to be, I am really just going to be interested in who I have the most trust and belief is going to get me there. I'm not interested in the how. And I think if I look at what I've done with my marketing up to this point, I've been approaching it with my coaching hat on. I've been approaching it with this attitude of really trying to sell the system, the how. But if I allow myself to take my coaching hat off, put my marketing hat on, and especially in these first interactions where I'm just trying to start a conversation with people, trying to get people's attention, I think I need to really stop trying to describe or sell or even talk about the bridge at all, and understand that the idea or the purpose behind that first contact is really just to start that conversation to see if we're talking to the right people. Are you experiencing this problem? And do you have a desire to get to this destination? And I think if we're just describing the problem and the destination, at least in the short term, completely ignoring the how, I think that's what we need to be doing to get the prospect's attention. And if I apply this to this procrastination question, in the past, I would have been going straight to helping people understand what procrastination is, how it's a protective mechanism that we put in place that actually serves a purpose in some ways, some of the steps we can take to start mitigating and overcoming procrastination, straight into the coaching, basically, straight into the solution. But what I'm now realizing is, particularly at that top of funnel level where we're just trying to get people's attention, it really needs to be all about, hey, are you suffering from procrastination? This is what it might look like. And would you like to no longer be suffering from this? And this is what this might look like. Would you like to move from here to there? And to try and get people to raise their hand and say, yes, that's me. And then try and get into a conversation where you can then start to further diagnose what their specific challenge is and hopefully encourage conversation and get them into a call. And once you start building some trust and rapport and you get into a sales call, then you can potentially start talking about what a solution might look like. But the more I think about marketing and the more I go through this process, I can actually see very, very clearly that going about it in the opposite way is actually doing them a disservice. It's almost assuming their problem and challenge without actually really ever understanding it. And yeah, it's just an interesting shift in my mindset that I've experienced over the last little while. So I might leave that there for today. Like always, I'd love to get your feedback and get your thoughts. If this is something that you do resonate with, if procrastination in general is something that is holding you back, I genuinely have had a fair bit of experience in working on myself with this, as well as working with lots of other clients. If this is you, just reach out and start a conversation. I would love to know specifically how this shows up for you. Is it social media? Is it leaving your work stuff to the very last minute and then having to rush through it? I'd love to know what it looks like for you. And if we can start a conversation, I would be more than happy to provide a little bit of value that can actually get you taking some action in the right direction to start combating some of this stuff. So if this is you, just reach out, let me know, start that conversation, and we can take it from there. The best place to find me is to head over to my website. It's paulheronlifecoaching.com. Finally, if you are enjoying the show, I would really appreciate it if you could just hit pause and hit the subscribe button. If you're really enjoying the show, I would love you to leave a little review. That would be awesome. And until tomorrow, I hope you have a fantastic day today. Bye for now.